Here's the news at 4. First, the highlights. Lagos State Government rolls out traffic advisory for the second phase of Ogudifako Bridge repairs. Academic staff of polytechnics. Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics issues 21-day ultimatum to federal government over unresolved demands. On the foreign scene, Russian President Vladimir Putin praises North Korean troops as heroic for role in Ukraine fight. And in sports, former Nigeria goalkeeper Chigozie Agbim blames Super Eagles Chan B team's failure to poor preparation. Now the details. I am John Omoaka. Lagos State Government has announced the commencement of the second phase of maintenance work on the Ogudifako Bridge in Koshofe local government area. Commissioner for Transportation Oluwaseun Oshiemi said this follows the completion of the first phase and the reopening of the bridge. According to him, repairs on the expansion joint inbound Lagos Island will begin on Tuesday, 19th August, and are expected to last until Wednesday, 1st of October. Oshiemi said the work will be carried out in phases to minimize disruption to traffic. He noted that motorists traveling inbound from Lagos Ibadan Expressway and Lagos Toll Gate are advised that traffic will flow freely, but vehicles will be limited to one lane on the three-lane bridge approximately 50 meters before and after the work area. Oshiemi said alternative routes have been mapped out, including the use of Ojota Slip Road to access Ikorodu Road towards Anthony for those heading to Oshodi or Victoria Island. Also, motorists from Ikeja and surrounding areas are encouraged to use Maryland to Ikorodu Road and Fusho Williams Avenue to reach their destinations via Eko Bridge or to connect through Anthony for access to Oshodi. The commissioner assured the public that traffic management officers will be deployed along the affected routes to ease movement and reduce delays. Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, in partnership with the Ford Foundation, has carried out a major door-to-door community engagement campaign to raise awareness on sexual and gender-based violence, SGBV. The outreach covered religious centers, schools, motor parks, health facilities, markets, and residential areas across the Solo axis. A statement released by the Head Public Affairs Unit, Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, Adejoke Ogini, revealed that the team also engaged traders and commuters at Yano Solo Motor Park, students and staff at Head Start Private School and Akpata Memorial School, as well as shop owners in Isolo Market. Health workers at Isolo General Hospital and Ishaga Primary Health Center were sensitized alongside residents of streets including Osolo Way, Aino Street, Mushin Road, Olusheye, Adio Bayewu, and several others. Educational materials were distributed and participants were encouraged to take collective action against abuse in their communities. The Guild of Water Purifiers and Researchers of Nigeria, GOPAN, has restated its commitment to promoting good health and improving quality of life through the production of safe, potable water across Nigeria. Its newly elected president, Arunle Adekunle, made the pledge after the group's quadrennial delegates conference held in Lagos, where new executives were elected to lead the association for the next 4 years. Adekunle assured that his administration will reposition the guild, uphold its values, and build on the legacy laid by the immediate past president, Christopher Asukwo. He reviewed plans to establish a state-of-the-art secretariat, expand membership across all 57 local government and local council development areas in Lagos, and strengthen partnership with local and international bodies, including the International Water Association. Other newly elected officers include Joshua Badonu as General Secretary, Kende Leidi as Assistant General Secretary, Akim Olaiya as Treasurer, Collins Arinze as Financial Secretary, Adewoye Michael as Public Relations Officer, Ayo Adegbite as Welfare Officer, and Pius Okeke as Provost. And now to the rest of the stories. The Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, ASUP, has given the federal government 21 days to address a range of outstanding issues affecting the polytechnic education sector, warning that failure to act could lead to a nationwide strike, disrupting academic activities. One of the union's key demands is establishment of a National Polytechnics Commission, a dedicated regulatory body akin to those overseeing universities and colleges of education, expressing frustration over delays in the legislative process to establish the commission. Speaking to journalists in Abuja, ASUP President Shama Panja urged the Federal Ministry of Education to fast-track the transmission of executive bill to the National Assembly and criticized the continued reliance on external consultants for accreditation exercises in polytechnics. He also raised concerns about the competence and background of some of those engaged for the task. Nigeria's Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, has deployed 20,850 personnel to ensure protection of lives and critical national assets and infrastructure for Saturday by-elections in 12 states. The states are Anambra, Edo, Jigawa, Kaduna, Ogun, Oyo, Taraba, Kogi, Kano, Niger, among others. NSCDC Public Relations Officer Babatunde Afolabi quoted NSCDC Commandant General Ahmed Audi as saying that the personnel are expected to work in synergy with relevant sister security agencies. Audi assured the public of a core readiness to secure election materials, safeguard officials, and monitor the whole election process in synergy with the police. And now to foreign news. Russian President Vladimir Putin has hailed North Korean troops sent to fight in Ukraine as heroic in a letter to Kim Jong-un, North Korean state. In a statement marking the anniversary of Korea liberation from Japanese rule, Putin recalled how Soviet Red Army units and North Korean forces fought together to end Japan's colonial occupation. Putin said the bonds of militant friendship, goodwill, and mutual aid, which were consolidated in the days of the war long ago, remain solid. He added that the two countries would continue to act jointly and effectively to defend their sovereignty and make a significant contribution to establishing a just and multipolarized world order. And now sports. Former Super Eagles goalkeeper Chigozie Agbim has weighed on Nigeria's poor showing at the ongoing 2024 African Nations Championship, CHAN, saying the blame lies more with poor preparation and questionable player selection than the quality of a local league. Agbim, who was part of the 2013 AFCON winning squad under the late coach Stephen Keshi, dismissed claims that the Nigeria Premier Football League lacks the quality to compete on the continental stage. He described Nigeria's early exit from the CHAN tournament, currently being co-hosted by Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, as disappointing and shocking for a nation with such a strong football tradition. Nigeria had previously secured silver and bronze medals in the tournament, making the country's current performance all the more surprising. And that's our news at 4. But just before we go, do not drive without a valid driver's license. You can follow us on like all our social media platforms. X at Traffic Radio 961. Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. Visit our website at www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM live on my Lagos app for timely updates. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration organized a forum for women across the 57 local governments and local council development areas in the state with a view to enhancing their productivity and economic growth? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Government has announced the commencement of the second phase of maintenance work on the Ogudifako Bridge in Koshofe local government area. The Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, ASUB, has given the federal government 21 days to address a range of outstanding issues affecting the polytechnic education sector, warning that failure to act could lead to a nationwide strike, disrupting academic activities. We also told you that Russian President Vladimir Putin has hailed North Korean troops sent to fight in Ukraine as heroic in a letter to Kim Jong-un, North Korean state. And in sports, former Super Eagles goalkeeper Chigozie Agbim has weighed in on Nigeria's poor showing at the ongoing 2024 African Nations Championship, CHAN, saying the blame lies more with poor preparation and questionable player selection than the quality of a local league. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends a news broadcast compiled by Zainab Adebeshi. I am John Omoaka. Thank you very much for listening.